Hey everyone, my name is Kate.
And I'm Isaac, and welcome back to The Wave.
We're so excited for this week's episode, but before we get started, let's check out this week's artist.
My name is Kaleb Scherer, and I'm from Northern California. If I was to categorize myself, I would say, in like a broad sense, is just country music. But if it was like super specific, I would say neo-traditional country music.
We only asked for a single line. I didn't want to waste his time, so I said, "Man, here's what I do. I'd spend the next hour shooting those glances. I myself up trying to take a chance. Though I don't like to mess it all up, but I finally get in front of her."
For me, my favorite gig that I've ever played would be a tie between either my first gig ever. I played at this really awesome songwriter spot in Nashville called Belcourt Taps, and which unfortunately is not there anymore. But that was super special, just to be able to play my own music in Nashville, which is not the easiest thing to do. It's a cover town for sure. But it would also be my most recent single release party when I got to play with a band for the first time. And so that one was really special to hear my music the way that I feel it's supposed to be heard. And because I love acoustic music, but music's supposed to be loud and with a band, so that's how I like to listen to music, and I like to hear my own music that way too. So for me, what works to get out of a block is just spending time around other creative artists. So going to shows and hearing other music, it helps me, because Nashville is one of the most inspiring towns. You literally walk into any bar and you can find inspiration. My name is Kaleb Scherer. I'm a country artist here in Nashville. You can find me at Kaleb Scherer Music on all social medias, and at just Kaleb Scherer on every streaming service. You can find my music. My name is Kaleb Scherer, and you're watching The Wave.
I can't wait to hear Kaleb perform. Before we sit down with him, let's talk about this week's music news.
Kanye West has officially removed himself from the Coachella lineup. West did not say exactly why he dropped out, but many believe it is due to a previous conflict between him and Billie Eilish regarding Travis Scott on Instagram. The rapper was set to headline the festival alongside Harry Styles and Billie Eilish, but he has now been replaced by The Weeknd and Swedish House Mafia. Coachella has not made any direct statements regarding the lineup change.
If you watched the Grammys over the weekend, then you know that Silk Sonic wasn't the only group to have a clean sweep. The most nominated country artist of the night, Chris Stapleton, swept at this year's Grammys. He was nominated in 3 categories: Best Country Performance for You Should Probably Leave, Best Country Song for Cold, and Best Country Album for Starting Over. Stapleton performed his award-winning song, Cold, commemorating his success.
Garth Brooks is the latest country artist to join the Nashville bar scene. Brooks announced that he will be opening an entertainment-style bar on Lower Broadway. He said he wants it to be the classic honky-tonk style bar that encourages love and kindness while playing the greatest country music. Brooks will be joining artists like Jason Aldean, Kid Rock, and more, who all have bars on Broadway. There has not yet been an opening date or name announcement confirmed.
And that wraps up this week's music news.
We'll be right back to sit down with Kaleb.
And as promised, we're back here with Kaleb Scherer.
All right, let's get this interview started. So have you always known that you wanted to make music and become an artist?
So I always knew I wanted to do it, and I even remember talking about it in high school. One of my best friends that I ended up going to college with, I remember sitting in his car, and I was like, damn, how cool would it be if we could actually do music?
Yeah.
And then a few years later, I actually started to learn guitar, and after that I started writing songs and wrote a lot of really bad songs, but it led to some better ones.
Yeah, that's always how it goes.
Yeah,
that's
progression.
awesome.
Practice makes perfect. Now that you're in the near Music City, do you have any plans of getting into the country scene?
Really, the only plan I really have is just playing as many shows as I can and writing as much as I can, meeting as many people as I can, releasing as much music. And I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of really, really great people in this town.
That's awesome.
Nashville's a good place for it.
Yeah.
You're in the right spot. Do you have like anyone specific that you've met so far that you really like found a connection through?
So probably the most influential person I've met for me is a man named Johnny Houlihan. He is a writer, singer, producer, everything, and he actually went to high school with my uncle.
Oh, very
And
cool.
so when I was gonna come visit Nashville for the first time, I messaged my uncle because he was a radio DJ, so I was like, he might know someone in
Yeah.
Nashville. And he goes, oh, I know just the guy. And I got to meet Johnny when I moved here, and he has produced every song I've done, and as of right now, probably every song I'll ever do. And we've written some songs together and recorded a few of those that haven't been released yet, but he's done so much for me, it's not even funny.
That's incredible. I love that.
Yeah, super cool. So if you were able to collab with anybody, what would your dream artist be?
Alive?
Oh.
Yeah, any. Live.
I think that Eric Church would be awesome to play with. Chris Stapleton obviously would be just insane. But probably my all-time favorite would be John Denver. I grew up listening to John Denver and still listen to him all the time. He really has influenced my sound a lot, I think
awesome.
at least.
Yeah, super cool.
So you released a single recently.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
So the single I just released is called Remember the Songs, and I released it a few weeks ago. It's my first like slow song or ballad, I guess, that I released, and it's just kind of about my love for songwriting and how I want to be remembered, and I just want to be remembered for the music.
Yeah.
And it has the production on it has like the best steel guitar. Like I'm such a big steel guitar guy, and I put it on almost everything I do, and it's my favorite song I've released so far.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
So can you tell us a little bit about the song that you're performing tonight for us?
So the song I'm performing tonight is a unreleased song I wrote with my friend Sammy Kay. She and I wrote this after I went to a bar here in Nashville called Belcourt Taps. It was a songwriter spot before it got shut down late last year. It's one of those spots where everyone has played. Anyone that you can think of has played Belcourt Taps before. And the first night I was there, I saw this girl that was playing some of her music, and I kind of was like, I've always been obviously attracted to like music, and so she was singing the song, and I was like, oh, what would like life be with that girl? And I ended up writing it. It's called Playin Her Guitar.
Wow. That's a really cool like idea for a song. That's super cool.
I love it. I'm so excited to see you perform it. So where can everyone find you on social media after the show so we can keep up with you and find out your name?
So all of my social media except for YouTube is at Kaleb Scherer Music.
Okay.
And you can find me anywhere you stream music, just at Kaleb Scherer.
Perfect. All right. We'll be right back with Caleb's performance.
I was sitting at the end of the bar. You were over there thoughts up in my head. You don't know me, one day you might, 'cause it's like we met in another life. You're the girl in all the songs I write. I'm thinking maybe you and I could take a chance with our hearts, become more than a stranger in the bar, just playing her guitar. Please don't go. It sounds crazy, I know. Now we don't have a lot of time till they make last call. I may have drank a little too much, but with the beat of love, you know the words that I've said didn't come from hey bud. You don't know me, but one day you might, 'cause it's like we've met in another life. You're the girl in all the songs I write. I'm thinking maybe you and I could take a chance with our hearts, become more than a stranger in the bar, just playing her guitar. You don't know me, but one day you might, 'cause it's like we've met in another life. You're the girl in all the songs I write. I'm thinking maybe you and I could take a chance with our hearts. And I knew it right from the start when I saw that stranger in the bar, just playing her guitar. Oh yeah, strangers in the bar, just playing her guitar.
And that wraps up this week's episode of The Wave.
Be sure to check out Caleb on our Spotify playlist and give us a follow on Instagram to stay up to date with the rest of this season.
We'll see you next week.